Hello and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be looking at another chills video. This one's known as the 15 scary videos you shouldn't watch alone. Well, whenever I do all these reaction videos, I typically am watching this alone. So there's nothing wrong with going ahead and just simply doing this, just because I want to have a little bit of fun.
Number 15, Shadow Lingers. This magic trick will haunt you. TikTok account This Is What Happens Next shares a clip of EMAD Magician Official that you'll have to watch closely.
That is trippy.
Can you see the shadow? The shadow of your hands, of my hands? Can you see the shadow? Okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, take your hands away. 1, 2, 3.
How does that work?
Did you see it? Though her hands pulled away, the woman's shadow remained. Look again.
1, 2, 3.
How does that work?
Many in the comments are stunned at what they've just witnessed.
Same
some
here.
think it's dark magic. One Ramon Martinez says, "The light is a projector that replicated her shadow and delayed the movement. I'm not sure how that would work though, when the magician's own shadow acted in sync with his movements."
1,
That
2, 3.
What do you guys think? Is this an optical illusion, a projection, visual effects, or is this some Peter Pan stuff?
I honestly don't know what to think of this one, considering the fact that the shadow itself is moving afterwards, and it says it's a projector, but that would mean that it would need a normal image to duplicate with the freeze frame. But even as you see, the woman's shadow stays put, but his moves away and sync with his. I don't know what to think of this one. I think there might be actually some real magic on that one.
Personally, I think we just saw real magic happen right in front of us.
It's very possible.
14, Criminal. This video is shrouded in mystery. It appears to show the police entering an abandoned house in hot pursuit of a criminal, but what they find there is from another dimension.
That's not creepy at all. So it looks like it's in a foreclosed place. The door's wide open. And this is a flipped image because you can clearly see that the numbers right here are flipped. It's a reversed image.
Shared by YouTube channel Breakman, this scary body cam footage is currently trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. Its original source is unknown though.
That is a little freaky. Can't even hear the words.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
If I was the police here, I would have kept this figure in my sights because you don't want to risk this.
Jump scare warning?
Did you copy that?
Jesus God.
While the jump scare and the perfectly framed shots convince me this body cam footage is fabricated, I have no doubt that police have really encountered paranormal activity before while on their beat. I'd suggest they carry holy water on them at all times.
Me, myself, I also feel like that's fabricated. Because, I mean, there's not really much going for it. I know that police body cams are typically hard to fabricate, unless it was just a GoPro. Because that's what I feel like it is, simply because of the fact that typically in body cam footages, you'll typically see along the, top parts here, you'll see, maybe the officer's last name, you might see the date and time, depending on the top or bottom, depending on what you're looking at. But, yeah, I feel like for that, simply put, I feel like that just might be some edited footage that's causing a bit of a stir. It was probably released around, the month of October at some point in the past, but if that's something that actually happened, it's kind of hard to really, let people know about that.
Number 13, Poltergeist Panic. While the couple from YouTube channel Lainey and Ben suffer from their own poltergeist, they look for camaraderie in others who suffer with them, like TikToker Wade Lanigan, whose videos they share on their channel. In the footage, Wade is being tormented so much by his home's poltergeist that he's forced to flee out the window with his baby.
No. Shh.
The dog just runs out there.
Did you hear that horrific whisper? Listen again.
I didn't hear it.
Before he can leave this place, he realizes he's forgotten his dog Daisy. He returns
Oh
for
God.
her.
Can't leave the dog. I'm coming, Daisy. Can't leave the damn dog. Daisy, come on. Come on.
According to
Okay.
Ben, Wade fled to stay in a hotel for a time, as he couldn't stand his haunted house for another second. I don't blame him. If you can't get a moment of peace in your own home...
Yeah, and something like this, I definitely would have fled too for the sake of both the everyone in the house,
Stick
including all the
around.
animals.
Number 12, Flying
There's no
Orb.
pause for that
While
one.
out
That
walking
one's
their
definitely hard to
dog,
like
Redditor
really say anything on. What
19RB captured this mysterious flying orb on camera.
the hell is that? Looks like a ball on a wire. Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss that.
As
It's
he
a
gets a
broad
closer
daylight.
look, the mystery does not become any clearer.
Oh, it's moving.
Nobody's here. Just me and Hero. And this motherfucking thing's in the air.
Redditors in the thread have some theories.
I would like to know what the theories are. Significant Stake 55 writes, another peaceful visit by the Malarians. I really do love their culture of passive, drifting approach to existence. Very zen.
The orb doesn't have a strange flight pattern. In fact,
It could be
seems
like
to
a drone.
floating. So I
I mean,
tend
is
to
that
agree with
possible? It
Plan
could be a
Hill.
drone.
It looks either like a big Mylar balloon or a weather balloon to me, but I could be wrong here. What do you think it is? Number 11.
I don't know what that
Demonic
necessarily would
This
be. Probably a
experiment
drone.
gone wrong left YouTube team Toppy trapped in a house with demons. While communicating with the spirits through a spirit box, their interpreted speech aligns with what is happening in that moment.
Ooh.
Did the demon just let itself in? They explore the abandoned place and several odd things occur in sequence.
Okay.
First, unexplained cold.
Which happens a lot.
Followed by a knock. And then footsteps. Are they surrounded? I'm not sure if it's demons.
I mean,
there
it's-
seems to be a presence in this place with them. And whether it's spirits or something alive, it is watching them.
That one's kind of hard to really tell whether they're being surrounded by demons or not, only because of the simple fact that you can't really hear anything over the sound of the music, and plus the fact that there's very little, like, spots showing that, okay, yeah, you see the door open on its own, but you said that you could hear, they heard a knock. I didn't really hear much of a knock. I heard something, like, hitting against stone. Excuse me. But, as far as the footsteps goes, I didn't really hear the footsteps. I just heard the slight knocking, and I saw the door open wide open. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be a draft because of how old the building is. Maybe the glass is broken. And they said it felt extreme cold. Maybe it was during the wintertime, as you saw by the big coats that they had. But I don't want to say demon. Maybe another entity, if that's the case. But it's also kind of hard for me to really say whether it was actually something paranormal before I roll something out.
Number 10, under the bed. Don't look under the bed or you'll never get out of bed again. YouTube team Finders Beepers History Seekers encounters a terrifying discovery in an abandoned home, or I should say,
I think I've seen this
their
one.
small pup encounters it.
We'll see better when we look at the footage properly, but look, in a second, in about 2 seconds, look under the bed in a sec. When he turns back round towards the bed, there's an hand there.
Did you see the hand? Here's a closer
Huh.
look.
Oh, that's clear as day.
The dog, whose name is Bear, starts barking like mad, prompting the guy.
There's a whole person right here. You can see the hand, he's trying to cover himself up, but you can see that he has a face, he's trying to cover himself up. I don't know, maybe he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or maybe he was just trying to sleep there or
To check
something.
his video back, and then they hear this.
Hey, you're just causing so much bother. What the f***? Did you hear that?
Did the guy hiding beneath the bed escape?
That's my guess. Because when I first watched it, I heard all the noises. Like, what the hell was that? And all of a sudden, you
I
just
think
see
that's
the person
exactly what
there.
happened, and thankfully, it seems like the squatter was more scared of them than they were of him. Number 9, 1 a.m. exploration. Connor from YouTube channel The Explorer returns.
At least something
and
worse
heads out
happened
on
for
a
that.
solo exploration of his idea of the fiery depths below, and it turns out it is paranoia central.
Okay, so there's a thunderstorm going on in the video.
Hello?
Possibly.
Even though he's unsettled as he first enters, he continues, and his nerves grow.
Hello?
It's so blurry, you can't really see anything. Unless it's just like certain graffiti that he can't post on there.
He keeps hearing a noise.
Is that a woman?
Hello?
Wait, let me go back.
He's hearing a noise.
I don't know if that was him breathing, or if that was like somebody at the end of the hallway just like... or something like that. I don't know.
Hello? What the is that noise?
Is he hearing things?
Hello?
I mean, I'm hearing it too.
Is there someone down there? I just heard a footstep. I just heard a footstep.
He's so scared, he's frozen in place.
I'm literally frozen. I can't move. I don't want to go down there because I think there's someone there.
Oh, that is just so creepy. I mean, I would love to visit an abandoned place,
He
but
ends up taking his chances.
definitely something like
This
this.
is not funny. If there's someone in it, reveal yourself now and I'll leave.
It's just, all that blurring makes it difficult to really watch this part of the video.
This game of hide and seek is no game at all. Until now, I haven't heard what the YouTuber is hearing. But then, as he heads back upstairs, this happens.
The ceilings or something. I'm gonna try and go.
I definitely heard that. As our friend decides it's time to leave, he comes to a dead end.
I don't think there's a way out this way.
It wasn't the noise that he heard that scared me. It was him in his jump reaction that scared me.
Don't worry, he makes it out alive, but the question remains, was Connor in the presence of something evil, or was his paranoia battling with the wind? I think someone or something was in there with him, and they were taunting him with psychological torment.
That one, I would have to say, is kind of like up in the air for me. Only because of the fact that you do hear a couple of different things, what may sound like a footstep or some noise or something. Like, it could be the wind, and the wind's knocking stuff over to make it sound like footsteps. But as Chills even mentioned here, it could be someone that's just, like, drifting in and just trying to make use of the place and trying to find a quiet place to sleep.
Number 8. Drag. YouTube team Casa Sobrenatural is not alone in this abandoned place. As they walk through the darkness of what looks like a shed or warehouse, they hear an unexplained noise.
Something moved.
Hã?
The chair moved.
Sério, velho?
What is that? It sounds like something just shifted. Here it is again. The guys think it's a chair being dragged.
But I
By
didn't see
what,
that.
though?
I didn't see that chair move.
Eu não vi. Eu escutei um. Acho que é carro.
That's creepy.
Mas arrastou, será? Pois o sofá eu tô achando que tá igual. Hã?
I'm not so sure.
Making me scratch
I
my head on
definitely
that.
heard the same sound they did, a dragging sound.
definitely
and I
heard
think
something.
It may be a body. Number
I don't think it would be a
7,
body. I feel like it's just something that
Devil's
just
Cabin. YouTuber
they moved
Jasper
around.
and his friend Ben are having a sleepover with the devil at Devil's Cabin. As they head upstairs, they hear something.
Hello, is anybody here with us tonight? Was it the... I don't
What's
know.
that rumbling?
There's a thunderstorm outside. Maybe it's that, but...
Later, they're looking for a
Oh,
mop
lovely.
when they pass by the microwave. Note the numbers registered.
666. Wait. I mean, that could have been preset. That one's kind of hard because microwaves, you can preset the cook time. And I know you can go higher than 60 seconds. Like, there's been times where I've had cooking instructions for putting something in the microwave, and it'll say, let this sit in the microwave for about 80 to 85 seconds. And I'll just put cook time for 80, 85 seconds, and then just let it sit. So that probably could have been preset. That's debatable. If it was set time before any cuts, then it changed to that. And like if there was unedited footage of them going between everywhere and them not messing with the microwave, then that's totally understandable. But if there's a cut to where it goes from seeing the microwave with a normal time, like for example, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it says like 100, but then like maybe a cut jumps over to like another 20 seconds, and all of a sudden it says 666 on the screen. I mean, that's again debatable for me.
666, the mark of the devil. When they head upstairs again, this happens.
What the bro? Okay, hold on. I swear on everything, bro. I really hope you got it on camera. But I looked over there and it looked like someone was like standing in the corner and then just like ran behind the bed.
Unfortunately, he didn't get it on camera, but the suspense is building. They try to get some sleep when banging is heard downstairs.
But I definitely have liked to have seen that.
No, nothing.
Okay. All right, we're investigating this now. Okay. I am genuinely worried right now.
It almost seemed like an orb came out of this guy's head. Like, if you look over here, just before he moves, just over here, it looks like a piece of dust or an orb or something flies out.
Okay.
Yeah, it just shoots from behind his head going
A
up.
still cam downstairs captures this.
Jesus. Somebody was angry at the dish just not getting cleaned.
It looks like a giant vase was pushed over, but whatever is behind this door is perhaps the greatest mystery of the night.
Behind the door.
Try to open this.
Whoa.
Oh my fucking god.
Jasko returns with Ben, and he makes him a believer.
That's freaky as hell.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you before. I just needed to see it.
Can we get out of here? This at least the basement, please?
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
But it turns out they're not safe upstairs either.
Oh god.
What the
His hands was nowhere near the door handle.
Okay.
Like, here, go back. Let's go back. Look at his hands.
What the
It almost looked like the door was slightly ajar there, and then all of a sudden it just slammed shut. And they're the only two inside the building, so I don't know what that would be. I mean, as far as I know, they didn't have any windows open. If there was, then that might explain it. But as of right now, there's not really anything that would explain the slamming.
What the Okay. Okay.
Oh my.
That's something that jiggled the handle.
Get the out.
In my opinion, getting out of there was the right decision. Something is trying to let itself in, and I'm not sure if they're ready to meet it. Number 6, Abandoned
Where's the rest of their stuff?
Resort. This is like a live-action Overlook hotel. The team from Exploring with Angelo are brought to this massive
Oh my
resort
God.
that gives me the Shining vibes, and it seems they're not the only ones who've
It's
checked
definitely a
in.
megaplex.
The first clue is this door opening behind Angelo as he does his intro.
And crazy experiences, and we're always looking for
Oh.
more and more answers because we've just had a lot of things happen over the last few months using this app. A lot of questions, very few answers. So
I
Does
have
the
a lot of questions too.
my question here is, why didn't the cameraman see that? I mean, yeah, he's got to pay attention to the recordings and such, and like if it's on a phone or like a small little handheld camera. But I feel like if you're constantly, like if you have the older, the shoulder ones where you have the like to hold onto it with the handlebars in the front, and you're looking at a little screen, you would have definitely seen that.
I don't know.
Pretty sure I saw somebody.
Could have been shot. I don't know.
Could have been. I mean, we already had a malfunction with the light.
I wouldn't take my chances though, and they probably shouldn't have.
Looks like an
because
indoor
later
amusement
they
park
hear
almost.
something.
It's kind of like a thump.
Okay.
A little tired.
Is it security, like Angelo suggests? I doubt it. Security wouldn't run away from you and hide. I think they may have a Randonautica stalker, and those tend to be stage 5 clingers. Number 5, haunted house.
I've never dealt with a Randonautica person before, like people that have actually told stories involving that, but I would also like to know exactly if you've ever done something like that, or if you maybe know somebody that does. I know that for any sort of like a tour thing, some of my family on my mom's side went to go visit an abandoned jail here within my state, and I could have had the opportunity to go, but I at the point in time didn't have any money to go, but I would have loved to have. The only time I ever really had anywhere to go explore for like anything like spiritual or paranormal or whatnot would have been around my dad's house, around my grandpa's house, and I think there was one other time over at a friend's house that had it. Um, there was a point in time actually, now that I think about it. Back when me and my wife first got together, I went to go and stay with her over at an apartment for a little while. And I was sleeping in the same room. At the time, we had separate beds. They were both inflatables. And we were sleeping on the floor. And me and her, we were just sitting on her bed because we were playing something on PlayStation for a moment. And then she tells me, "Oh yeah, do you know that this place is haunted? Like the high rise, which is where she was staying, or the apartment itself?" She's like, "As far as I know, the apartment itself." And I'm like, "No, I don't." She said something along the lines of there was a family that resides within the bathroom, and they don't really mess with you unless it's dark. At least I think I'm trying to get the details correct, but she could probably correct me if I'm wrong, and I can make an update in the next episode if anything. Um, but there was a point in time where we were talking. I asked her if she could scratch my back for me because it was really itchy, and she said yeah. So she scratched it for a little bit, like on the shirt. It wasn't that itchy to where I needed like one of those deep scratches. So I was like, okay, that's good. She scratched it for like maybe 3-4 seconds. It got the itch away. It was like one of those light scratches. It's all I needed. And then all of a sudden, maybe about 10 seconds later, I'm just feeling an immense burning. I asked her, I was like, how deep did you put your nails in? And I'm just like trying to shift my back a little bit. And she was like, I didn't put my nails in that hard. Why? I'm like, can you check my back? It feels like it's burning. And so I lifted up my shirt. There wasn't any marks, but there was red roughly around the back to upper part of my back. My camera's like focusing unless it was just me constantly getting into the way of the camera. But yeah, she said, "Oh, that must have been the little boy that messed with you." I was like, "Little boy?" And she's like, "Yeah, the family I told you about. He likes to mess with you whenever he feels like doing it. And I guess he was deciding to pick on you." I was like, "Oh, great." So now that was the only instance that I've had as far as like physical touching. Um, I've never had any like voices necessarily. Though there was a weird instance where the entire floor had something happen. And mind you, we're on the 10th floor. Um, I was really tired. I knew I had to work in the morning. And I had just got done pulling a double over at a Speedway that I worked at. Which, if for those of you that don't know, Speedway is the gas station company here in the States. And at the time, I was the safety captain, which is like slightly a rank up from a regular customer service rep, which is typically the people you see at the cashiers station. But that's all it was a glorified hell. Anywho, I had come home and I was tired and I was sleeping. It was the middle of the night, and the lights were on. My wife and her mom at the time, they were just goofing around talking a little bit. I said, "I'm tired. I'm going to shut my eyes for a little bit." All of a sudden, I hear them freaking out. Maybe about 5 minutes later, and I jump up out of bed. I'm like, "What's going on?" they're like, I'm surprised you didn't wake up sooner. There was a guy standing out on the balcony. I'm like, what? So I like zoom past them and I open up the balcony door. Mind you, again, we're on the 10th floor. I look out, I don't see anything. And we're on the far end of one side, so I just look down the opposite end. I don't see anything. And so I'm like really confused as to what was going on. And I go and I turn back to them. I was like, what did you guys see? They said, we saw a really tall man with glowing eyes just standing out there on the balcony. And then as soon as we saw him and like jumped and screamed, he walked off. And we went to look because there's two balcony doors. There's one in the bedroom, there's one in the living room. They went to it was in the bedroom that they saw him. And then they rushed over to look at him at the living room, and they didn't see anything. They opened up the doors and thinking maybe it was one of the residents messing with him. All of a sudden, one of the other residents down at the far end of the hall looks down, and you could hear them screaming and hooting and hollering out about it. And they asked what's going on. They said they just saw some guy walking down or looking into their balcony window. And they're like, did it just happen? They're like, no, it happened maybe about 10, 15 seconds ago. Well, 10, 15 seconds prior was when they saw it. So either there was like a mass haunting of something or whatnot. I have no idea. But having that and me missing out on seeing something extraordinary as that sucked. I mean, there's been deaths reported in that building too, because it's a cheap income place. It's based on how much you make. And we know that there's confirmed deaths there because the fact that one of the times that me, my wife, and her mom went to go down to the store, we were gone for like 45 minutes. We started coming back, and all of a sudden, there's cop cars as far as the eye could see in the parking lot. There's fire trucks there. We were coming in, and we were like, hey guys, what's going on? We have security up there at the front desk. We're like, what's going on? They said, you guys are going to need to stay down here if you're waiting for the elevator. If not, you can take the stairs and go up to your floor. But you can't go on any of the other floors near between 6 and 8. I was like, why? What happened? They're like, that's something we cannot say. Well, we go to find out because one of the detectives for our city's department was coming down. And they asked if we heard anything. I said, no, we just came home to see all this. If everything's all right. And they're like, that's to be noted at a later time. But we heard over the radios and them talking to themselves that somebody had died up on the 7th floor just within the last 45 minutes of us being gone. And apparently it was between the fact that either the guy and the girl in the apartment were caught cheating, or the girl was caught cheating with another guy, or the fact that the guy owed, another guy owed the guy in the apartment money and it went south. Or something, but we know for a fact that something happened inside that apartment complex, and it was really intense. But enough about all that, let's get back to the rest of this video.
A dark shadow lurks in this haunted home, and YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare TV series is here to investigate. Sean tries to communicate with the shadow.
You don't like me being in her daughter's room? Whoa.
Heard something. Very silent.
Rocky then trades places with Sean.
Very
and he
slight.
also gets a jolt from the beyond.
Who's the dark shadow that she's been seeing?
What the hell was that?
Oh my god.
Was that a hiss of something? Like a steam pipe or a bat or something? Or a rat?
Later, the IR light shuts off.
Oh, that's creepy.
And then it turns back on its own.
Ooh. Now, if you don't know what an IR light is, it's infrared light, and basically it allows any, like, ghost hunter or explorer to see in the dark having this greenish hue. And there's a Generation 4 version where it has, like, a slightly more, like, tealish hue to it. And then there's, like, the really, like, basic night vision that allows you to see, like, black and white. Ooh. That would be this device right here, I think, and that's a temperature change, I think.
Is the shadow spirit here? If it is, I think it wants to come out of the shadows now. Number 4, evil. What happens when a man is married to a djinn? Apparently their marriage spats become a whole lot more fiery. YouTuber Han Kardeschler captures this djinn encounter on video.
What the hell? Wait. Okay. First off, he's married to a djinn. He's married to an entity. Not unlike a demon, basically. Or a dark spirit. And you can see in the preview, something gets thrown at his head. How do you marry a djinn? Did you make a pact with it or something?
Yok kanka çok şey yaptı. Bir dakika. Arkadaşlar. Adem bir gel bir kanka. Gel az gel Adem. Kanka gel biraz biraz nefes alalım kanka içeride. Gel abi. Abi adam
Something is lurking here in the darkness. We can assume the Jinn, and she is angry.
Adam
Oh my god. It broke across his face.
Let's see it again.
Wait. It's lit on fire. There was something burning in there because you could see sparks of flame and ash just flying everywhere.
While we don't see the Jinn in question, I can't imagine another being confronting with fire. Sadly, it doesn't look like this marriage will last. Number 3.
Unless it's a joke, I don't see how you can marry a djinn.
The YouTube team from Ghost Club Paranormal is exploring an abandoned missile base when they come upon several disturbing discoveries that send them to the police. First off, they hear movement while they're underground.
You heard that? Yeah.
Should they be scared? I would be.
I mean, yeah.
That seems to be the right choice because they soon come across this.
That is not spray paint.
What is that?
Yep.
Right.
That's actual bloods.
Oh god.
And that's not the only place they find it.
Did somebody hurt themselves on the glass, or was this intentional?
I mean, it could be an animal that they
Later,
brought down.
some more.
Could be a kill or
Doesn't
something.
that look like down there?
Looks like rust or something.
A lot of it. It is black.
I mean, then again, it's grayed out for very good reason. This was
And
grayed
then
out
even
beforehand.
more.
Oh yeah. Oh no, there's like splatter here too. So basically, somebody maybe was killed.
With lots of spiders there, and I'm
Did
like
something nefarious
tense.
happen? In another video, Jade says that they called the police out of concern and sent the footage over, but the police dismissed it, saying the red liquid looked like a food product. Frustrated by this, Jade reviewed her drone footage, and she discovered something even creepier. Someone was at the silo that day, watching them.
Oh, that's creepy. I mean, it could be a passerby, but unless they're
Who
like,
is this figure? And did they have some connection to the evidence found in the missile base? It's certainly possible.
me myself, it could be a squatter. It could be a person that just happened to be running around exploring different places, or it could be somebody that's trying to see if they could find any like intelligence space inside the abandoned missile silo.
And I think it should be investigated further.
And I agree to
Number
that.
2, Pillow Fluffer. Some phantoms cause mayhem in the houses they haunt, but this ghost just wants the very best for you. Redditor GLUON318 shares security camera footage from inside their home. Take note of the pillow in the bottom left corner.
Oh.
The pillow appears to fluff up on its own. The Redditor explains that the camera was placed here because their 5-year-old has a history of sleepwalking. After hearing a loud noise that night, the Redditor reviewed the footage and spotted this.
A sleepwalking 5-year-old's always fun. But nothing like a pillow trying to fluff itself up, or just trying to pick itself up. I mean, you can see it's still clearly moving.
Although I do think the movement of the pillow appears unnatural, these Reddit theories seem logical to me.
I mean, you could also see, too, kind of. I don't know if... I can always review it back here. I mean, it's like 5-10 seconds. But if you look here, about the same time that the pillow moves, it looks like parts of this blanket move. So let me review it back about 10 seconds at least. And just pay attention to the blanket here.
Although I do think the movement of the pillow
See,
appears unnatural.
look, the moment that the pillow moves, everything here moves. So I don't know if maybe... because you could make out slightly hair there. So maybe it's the 5-year-old that they were talking about, and depending on how big they are, they could have like shifted the pillow slightly somehow. But I don't know. I mean, if it's reports of it, that's
These
possible.
Reddit theories seem logical to me.
User Unicorn Fluff writes, video is in reverse. Many others say they see movement in blankets and think it's just a kid rolling over in bed. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It could be just a kid picking it up or something.
My initial instinct is that it's a dual combination of these theories. I think the video has been reversed and the child nudged the pillow over. That would explain the unnatural looking movement. The pillow is falling over rather than being fluffed up. What do you think? Are we dealing with some video manipulation or a phantom maid?
I mean, that also kind of explains a little bit. Maybe the video being reversed, but I don't know. I mean, if they do have histories of haunting, that could still be on the table. But again, as I saw, it looked like there was the kid just sleeping in bed, and you'd see the blanket move just as soon as the pillow's moving.
I've got a challenge for you. Next, if you're curious, cemetery scream, follow button to find out. Number 1, cemetery scream. Well, at the spooky cemetery, YouTube team Haunted Finders witnesses multiple paranormal events. First, they hear humming.
They say it's humming, but it sounds like whistling. Like whistling a tune. I mean, it could still be birds. I mean, it's still bright enough out for the birds to be whistling.
Then a deep sigh. They also
that
hear
was kind of
this
hard to
voice
explain.
Clear as day. But these screams are what send them packing.
Something going on. It's not good.
Sounds like a female screaming. Sounds
Some in the
unnatural.
comments think the screams are fox cries. Others think they should get out of there while they still can. But do you know what I think? I think you shouldn't watch this alone. Up all night?
Well, joke's on you. I've watched this entire thing by myself. I like doing challenge videos like these where like, you shouldn't watch this alone. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it alone. Why not? But, yeah, that last one, it's kind of hard to explain the growl. I mean, unless their stomachs are, like, really loud and it sounds like someone growling. Other than that, the only other thing I could think of would be, maybe, again, another animal nearby. I mean, it is open cemetery, so anything could, like, just, like, walk in. And the screams, they sounded female in nature, female human, but they also said maybe fox cries. I mean, that's a possibility all on its own. But I have no idea what that could be, honestly. But that's all the time I have for this episode, so thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy seeing content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, as I do want to try to make more reaction content for you guys. If you want to see when I upload next, feel free to ring the bell for notifications. And if you enjoy seeing content like this, be sure to leave me a like to let me know that you are enjoying seeing this. And comment down below what type of video or who I should watch next. And feel free to leave a link to the video down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, everybody.